You know, sometimes I just open a track and, you know, feel it out. But this track, so beautiful. Instantly, I felt inspiration. Hi, I'm EJAE, singing voice of Rumi and also one of the songwriters in KPop Demon Hunters.
I'm Mark Sonnenblick, and I'm also one of the songwriters for KPop Demon Hunters.
And today we are breaking down the song Golden in KPop Demon Hunters.
The way that a lot of the songwriting would happen is so you have Maggie and Chris, who are the co-directors. They're telling their story. When you're working on a movie, that's where so much of the songwriting for a musical movie starts. And so they knew that they wanted this song in this slot. I mean, there were some great songs written, but like both in terms of the songwriting and in terms of what they wanted from that moment, they hadn't quite figured out. And as that came together, that's kind of where it was like, okay, great, we think we have an idea, and let's have, we'd already done How It's Done and Your Idol, the two of us and Black Label.
And the mantra.
And the mantra, yeah.
Golden was the last one.
The last one that we did.
They also kind of gave us a guideline of what they wanted. For example, like it's about, the word gold should be in it somewhere. You know, it's about her wanting to seal the whole moon, to be gold. Therefore, the melody and the lyrics had to express that, meaning high notes.
Yeah. Rumi's voice is this magic voice, and in this moment in the story, like only her voice, she's told herself, she's put all this pressure on herself that my voice is the voice that's ultimately going to help make the gold
seal the whole moon.
But by the end of the song in the movie, the patterns have, we're going to do spoilers. We're going to do spoilers. You've seen the movie.
You
better have if you're watching this. But the patterns have started to take over her voice, and she loses her voice, her ability to sing that high note. And that's when she's like, how am I supposed to seal the whole moon if I don't even have my voice?
So it was like intentional. I'm having it so high. It had to show off Rumi's like vocal abilities. Hope I did it well. And they also
so. Safe to say.
I think so. But and also just like, you know, lyrically speaking, we needed to give like vulnerability to the characters. It was an introduction to the characters, like what they're going through. Right?
Yeah.
And I love how they described it. It was an
false victory song.
False victory song,
yeah.
Exactly. Because in the bridge, you know, it sounds like a song that's like really hopeful and you're reaching for that dream. But in the bridge, it kind of breaks down to Rumi's vulnerability.
Waited so long to break these walls down, to wake up and feel like me. Put these patterns all in the past now, and finally live like the girl they all see.
And then it's ironic because in the scene, no more hiding, I'll be shining, while she's hiding
literally
her patterns. Yeah, so that irony is there. It's quite bittersweet. That's kind of how the inspiration and how the direction started.
And it can be really, like for this, it's pretty specific. Like we're building it out. It starts with them going, we need to hear about Mira's backstory, Zoe's backstory, Rumi's backstory. And we're getting, you know, they'll send like a monologue that Zoe might say, or like a description of what it is. And so then part of what we're doing is going, okay, what is the song structure that can get this information? So in the song, the first 8 lines, the first 4 lines are Rumi's backstory. I was a ghost, I was alone. And she's given the throne, I didn't know how to be the queen I was meant to be. She's inheriting it from her mother, who was also in one of these hunter trios. So she feels pressure that way.
I was a ghost, I was alone. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be.
We know Zoe's story. She grew up in Burbank, but she's Korean American and torn to these two places.
Her identity crisis.
I lived 2 lives, tried to pick both sides, but I couldn't find my own place.
So that 2 lines for her, 2 lines for Mira.
Caught a path, child, 'cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. Could I see on stage?
That with the animation, you can actually get this deep backstory. Then we know that there's going to be in this pre-chorus, this rising thing that can kind of represent all of them, and this hope that they have to realize who they are by being a part of Huntrix and ultimately seeing the whole moon.
We dreaming hard, we came so
the bridge that we know is going to happen in order to set up the final chorus where she
Yes.
can't sing the note. The concept is built out with, from the directors that we build out, but then, we have to write the song.
Sonically, I think they were wanted something that's kind of bittersweet, I would say.
I think part of it was them being able to, kind of in the way we just did, realize, oh, this is the story of the girls. Oh, here's how we can map it onto this realization in the bridge. For a moment, we were thinking maybe Rumi's kind of like, I want an emotional thing is going to be
vulnerable, I think.
Yeah.
With all of our songs, how it starts is like, they have to approve the instrumental, the track first. So in this case, for us with Golden, it was Black Label, Teddy, 24, and Ito who created the track, and with us. It was a collaboration of us.
Yeah, Black Label basically produces the music and the instrumental.
The instrumental that Maggie and Chris is looking for in that scene.
Yeah, well, and actually with this, it even started with the BPM. It was like, okay, great, this is the energy, like this is before they even have the instrumentals on the top of it. Just to kind of make sure, as you kind of learn what the directors want and need, like that's where they start. The directors are like, okay, great, that seems like the right energy. Ian, helping facilitate this.
Exactly. It was this one. It's the very first one. Not that different.
Yeah.
I got this track in the car on my way to the dentist. And, sometimes I just open a track and, feel it out. But this track, so beautiful. Instantly, I felt inspiration. And that doesn't happen that often. But this one, I definitely felt it. And the melody came very quickly. Once I got a melody in my head, had to put it down. A famous tool for songwriters, voice memo. Yeah. And I have the voice memo I recorded immediately when I had heard it. And so this is, should I show you the voice memo?
Yeah. Play that voice memo. Because you're listening to the track, you're kind of like vocalizing over it, and then you
Exactly.
I mean, EJ's melodies are insane.
Thank you. That's the first melody I heard of. And then the second one is this one. That was in Korea, daytime. He's sleeping. And I was excited, and we had a session that night, I think. Yeah, we did have a session that night. And what I would do is after I got my gold filling, I came back home and literally just freestyle a bunch of melodies. But in this case, I had the hook melody, so I put that down, kind of fleshed it out. And then, what I always do with Mark is I prepare like different melodic ideas for the verse and the pre. And I gave him like 4 options, I think. And he would pick and we would kind of Frankenstein together what melodies we'd like. And and in this case, what was great about this was like, I had the na-na-na-na-na-na, right? He had this idea of saying, wait, EJ, I have this idea lyric, because he puts a bunch of lyrical ideas.
Yeah, while EJ's like listening to the track and melodying, what's the?
Top-lining.
Top-lining, right. I'm like trying to just, knowing that none of the lines are literally gonna make it in, but like, I'm sort of just like brainstorming. And again, I kind of knowing, all right, we gotta do Rumi, we gotta do Mira and Zoe. But like this is terrible. Like, but it's just kind of to feel like, here's a pitch of some lyric ideas.
Live up to her legacy. Bow down, give me the throne. About to be crowned, gonna make it my own. Grew up split, double identity. Didn't fit who I pretend to be. Never made sense, never made friends. Now I'm selling out stadiums daily. I was a difficult child.
Now I'm getting paid to get wild. Told me to shut up.
So like, there's some ideas that ultimately make it into the songs.
It was, again, literally just the universe. It's just everything happened for a reason. Because like, I had the na gonna be golden. It was just a perfect fit. And in my melody, you can hear me say golden, never chosen, something like that. I guess the first idea I gave him was this one.
It's like shifted.
I did it! Why did I do that?
You did it to yourself.
I did. I think before creating the lyrics, I mean, again, I did read the guidelines, so I knew it had to be something about being golden, trying to steal the full moon, and her having this like vulnerability and that yearning to, you know, get her dream, which I, you know, definitely related to, especially at that time. And, you know, I think, you know, things were just not happening for me and just not going the way I wanted it to go. And so, like, I think in when I heard the track, why, you know, really struck a chord, it just kind of felt bittersweet. And that's kind of how I felt. And I think I kind of did the emotion, not lyrically, but melodically, as you can hear.
It's partly why I think it's like resonated around the world, like because you hear the story in in the melody.
For me, when I write songs, I actually first go with melody. Melody is always my thing, and whatever I'm feeling, I kind of try to translate my emotion through melody. I mean, I was desperate to want my dreams to come true, and I put that in the melody, which is why
You manifested.
Surely went up.
That melody is just, and obviously I think like an iconic melody.
No, I know.
You
Mark
hear
was,
it. You hear
his
it.
Face, he was like, EJ, this is amazing, like immediately. And I've worked. We've worked long hours. I've never had that reaction. I kind of heard it with Your Idol, but this one he was like, EJ, that's amazing. Like, oh my god, like the melody's incredible.
Yeah, I try to be supportive usually. Like no matter what, I'll be like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. No, like it was. I mean,
like,
and also because we'd heard these other songs that are amazing, and it's not to say that one of them also couldn't have been a huge hit, but having, you know, we're trying to find this last song for the movie, and knowing that it has to check all these boxes, and hearing again the story in the music and in what you toplined was, it's just like the dream, a little dream coming true.
Well, yeah, it's fun because, like, you know, again, I like to be prepared and give my options. And when we Frankenstein together, which I also learned was like, you know, you pointed out like having the pre being also the hook and all that stuff.
I'm done hiding now, I'm shining like I'm gonna be. We dreaming hard, we came so far, now I believe.
It can be good in the pre and the post.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was the point. And you're like, let's just leave it like
keep
that.
it that way. Yeah,
was
because
kind of what it was.
that melody that like is so good, and exactly like EJ played it in the pre, and then in where it is in the chorus in the second half of it. But yeah, you were kind of like, well, we can't put it in both
exactly,
places.
because my K-pop DNA is like, you can't use the same melody. So if I'm gonna put it in the pre, I'm gonna do like do that. If I'm gonna put it post, I'm gonna do wanna be. It was like, for me, it was like either of the two.
Yeah,
Pick one.
But
and you were
then-
just like, no.
I'm done hiding now, I'm shining like I'm gonna be. Oh,
Yeah, because we also know we only have, especially the first time it's in the movie, you don't get through the whole song. It's like you get through most of it, but in 2 minutes you got to hook an audience, and to be able to put it in the second half of the chorus, and it's in the bridge too.
Yeah.
You literally hear it, I think, 4 or 5 times in this to make it this memorable thing that then Marcos puts it in the score. It like shows up with these amazing emotional moments, and when it comes back at the end, you feel like, oh, I know that song.
Yeah, and so when we did that, we're like, okay, then we need like a second verse.
No one around, I've been around. Out of my way, out of my way. Holding me tight and making the right. Get you know me. Cause you make it one a moment when we say, hey, when my body said, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And my head held high and I'll be all mine. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I know this.
So that was like a different version.
And when I was like,
And then you're like, that's great.
yeah, partly because I thought it was really catchy, but also it's the selfish thing of like, we only have 8 lines to tell these girls' story.
Exactly, we
and
need
like,
words.
yeah, musical theater, I'm always like, let's put 500 words. And you're like, it's a pop. We gotta like,
Simplify.
yeah.
And also, we had a pop approach to this, a pop hit formula approach that I learned from Max Martin. Sorry, in his interviews. I love him so much. You know, like always like coming in the melody differently. Like I was a ghost. What do you call that? I was a ghost. It's like the second beat.
Yeah, second beat.
Yeah, and then this one goes like da da da, has a pickup line, and then the chorus has a different kind of pickup line. It comes in differently, and rhythmically it's different. So you always have to have the verse and like the second verse kind of bringing in different elements to have an earworm kind of effect, and that was also it checked that box too.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Up, up, up with our voices. Gonna get you so on it. Gonna be golden.
I also really appreciate that they wanted the hook, the chorus that repeats itself, to have Korean in it.
I mean, I don't speak Korean, so
I mean, to be honest, like that choice was the directors. It was directors and the studio, you know, Sony Animation and Netflix. They wanted to have Korean in it.
It was important.
Yeah, like, you know, huge shout out to Spring, who's the head of music, Sony Music Pictures. They really want that, you know, authenticity was really important. And, you know, Korean, the language is so beautiful and it has like a different nuance and message to it in Korean, and just sonically it's just nice, and it's K-pop, so it was beautiful, and it was their decision of where to do it.
I feel like they'd typically be like, because we'd have for the most part a draft in English so that everybody knew what the song meant who didn't necessarily speak Korean, but then it would, you know, Maggie'd be like, can there be some Korean in the chorus, or somewhere in that, you know, in the first verse, can we make sure to have some Korean line?
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe.
So that was important, and I think being bilingual is a really important part, an asset in this project, because, you know, Korean has like its own nuances of like just sonically, and like, you know, there's certain words in English when you sing it could be a little awkward. Like I always use comfortable, like, is it comfortable? You can't do that. It's odd. So, and also I noticed in some K-pop, like the Korean lyrics and the English lyrics don't rhyme when it should. And that's also part of the earworm. And for me, it was important for that to rhyme. So, gonna be golden, 영원히 깨질 수 없는. Like I wanted that rhyme. And it also has that meaning of we'll never break.
Gonna be golden. Up, up with our voices. 영원히 깨질 수 없는.
So yeah, that was kind of the Korean lyrics coming in.
It was always amazing getting, I mean, with Golden in particular, I think, but like getting those translations back, or just like hearing what you did, because you do have to find the sound that is right. And as someone who doesn't speak Korean, to hear it just fits so obviously fit naturally on the music,
Yeah.
but also mean the same thing that we had been working on and rhyme.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
That's why it was important. At
four
least
things at
being
once.
bilingual was so helpful, and also because I was a singer and I'm Korean American and I'm gonna be singing these songs, it had to be comfortable for me.
I think part of the reason it broke through in the way it did certainly is because the movie is what it is, but also because the message in the music is optimism and hope and this idea of coming into yourself. And even though, I mean, talking to EJ about her experience as we were writing and with so much overlap with Rumi was so integral to like writing the songs, but it was also universal to me too, and in different ways, you know, the things I've hidden and the things that I've dreamed of that haven't happened, and just knowing that way in is something that you're always looking for when you're songwriting, and that's part of just it comes from Maggie and Chris in the beginning too, and the story that they want to tell.
For me, it's okay. K-pop idol training was a whole thing. My dream was always to become a singer, and I had to kind of, I did intentionally choose not to be an artist. I kind of let that go, and because songwriting kind of fit my personality more, and songwriting really truly did save me during a dark time. It was like therapy for me. So this song, when I wrote it, the melody and all was kind of very therapeutic for me. Like seriously, like, songwriting, this industry is really hard. Like things sometimes just never happen. It takes sometimes a long time, and I've been rejected so many times. So like, it's just, like one thing I've always like, oof, gosh. Oh, God. Sorry. Regretted when I, came out of SM was I couldn't let, little EJ's dream come true, and I felt so bad because she worked so hard. And I did feel like a disappointment. But like when Golden happened, my mom would always tell me, in Korean it's called 말이 시가 된다, meaning whatever you say out loud, the words you choose will become a story. So all the songs I've written for K-pop have been very not the best positive words. I have a song called Drama, Armageddon, Psycho. So it was a nice opportunity to write a song called Golden. And it's just about, it's not, I feel like there's different types of hope. There's a hope where like I can do it and you're being badass. But this one, I think, for me, at least in the instrumentals, it was a bittersweet kind of hope. Like you feel like giving up every day, but there's like this little part in you that like keeps saying you can do it, just keep holding on. And I think like, oh God. So yeah, this song really did help me go through a hard time, which is why when I sing it, it was like, I did cry. And the fact that this is helping everyone else too. And not just like, having fun. This helped so many people go through a hard time. And I would have messages from fans saying like, a loved one passed away and nothing felt good. And then I heard Golden and it saved me. That just, I broke down. I just felt so honored. And I think the biggest thing for me was the Instagram post. Someone sent me a post of a person in their last moment. They chose to have Golden be sung to them, a nurse. And the nurse changed the lyrics. And to be the last song they hear before they pass. It's the greatest honor.
I thinking, just watching you record like in your bedroom.
It's hard not to cry.
2 years ago. I mean,
what happened.
Overwhelmed.
I'm just so overwhelmed and proud and grateful to everybody. I'm so grateful to you as well because we worked really hard. That's it in a nutshell.
I'm just like, how lucky. You just you get so many phone calls to work on different things, and you're just like, and like from the first couple times that we were
Yeah, we were locked in.
It's amazing, and I'm so moved and proud of you. I mean, I just like.
And there's and we friendship too. You know, that means a lot. Thank you so much, Mom. Appreciate you.
It's just overwhelming.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it cannot not be emotional, guys.
Stop there.
Yeah.
Let's do tales like.
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You're just changing the world. That's all.